think it's the third one of these tutorials. Um, we are gonna do a punching system, a health system, and a regeneration system, and a death system, all in one. So this might be a pretty long tutorial, but that's okay. So this punching system is pretty good. I got it from one of my friends. Very good. So we have my test subject. I'm on my phone for this dude, so you know. So punches. I don't have any punching sounds, so I do have a shotgun sound. So that's what we're gonna be using. So you just punch, move a little bit, and if you want, this is all the circuits for it. So this is gonna be advanced or intermediate type stuff. If you want it to do more like uppercuts, stuff like that, we're gonna change that y-axis so that it keeps up higher. So if we change this to like, let's do 10. I feel like 10 is gonna go crazy. Where's my phone at? Alright, 10 is gonna go crazy. Watch. Watch. Absolutely crazy. So this is very customizable. We're gonna keep that as 1 for now. So let's get started. We're gonna be staying out here for most of it because there's a lot. It's a decent amount of circuits. To be honest, not a lot. It's like maybe 50, not even. But so we're gonna go ahead and get started with this. All right. So this is everything that you will need for your right hand punching. So what we got here is a update 30 hertz, which is just a event receiver that you configure. Scroll basically all the way down and it should be right there. Then we have player right hand position, player right hand velocity, vector get magnitude. We have a vector 3 create. Then we have a sphere cast where we are going to be using the radius of 3 and the max distance of 3 for now. And you want to configure this so that it ignores objects. Then we have a greater than or equal. We have a equals a is valid 2 knots and a and with 1 2 3 4 5 6 inputs. To add an input, you just configure it, and then there's an add input right there. You just add it until you have 6 inputs. We have one if, a velocity set. Then we have this is custom, which I'm going to get into that after I show everything else. Then we have a play audio at position, and the audio you want to play. We have an add and a minimum. We have a delay with a 0.3 on it. These are going to be used for the other systems. It is a player dead and can hit. So with this, you need to get a event definition, and then with that event definition, you configure it, you change the name to player hit, and then with that, you can scroll down. It says add new that, and then property. So then you can name it. I name mine attacker, defender, and damage. All you need to do is type in the name. I'll do this as an example. So we're gonna do attacker, then go to the type, change it to a player, which is right here. Then you gotta do that 2 times for the attacker and then the defender. Then after you do that, you can do damage, which the damage is going to be an int, which is right there, and then you add new property. And then if you mess up, you can scroll all the way down and you can remove them if you need to. Then after you do that, you have to get a event sender, which is right here. Then with that event sender, you configure it. The event is going to be player hit, and the target is going to be player. So it should look like this. After you have that, you'll be able to have that. Delete that. So yeah, this is everything you need, all the things also. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this wired up. Alright, so now this is what we all have. I organized it so it will flow smoothly. Go ahead and pause it right here if you want to organize it how I have it. Then we can get started. Okay, so let's fill out the sphere cast. Remember, we have the radius as 3 and the max distance as 3. If you want it so you have to get closer to the person in order for it to detect, you want to change this to like 2 or 1. This is basically means if I hit like this, it depends on how far it detects a hit. So the play position will go to start position, and the direction will be the hand velocity. We're going to keep these as that. Then we're going to get the player right hand velocity for here. Then we're going to check if it's greater than 3. I think 3 is a good one. Okay. This will go into here after we fill out more of these. So we need to check if it's hit first. If it is, then we need to check if the player equals the local player and turn that into a not, so if it doesn't, then it's true, then we can still use this. But if it does, like this, I don't know if I can hit myself. Yeah, so then if it's true, then it would turn false. So then this won't work anymore. So then we can check if this player is valid. Go that to there. Then we can check if this is, if the velocity of your right hand is good. Oh, that's why it didn't really work. Then you can check if that player is, or if the right hand velocity is greater than 3. If it is, then good. Then we can get the player dead. We're going to hook that up to a not, so that it turns true, and it will turn false if you are dead, then it will turn false. So yeah. Then can hit will be to here. You can make sure this is true so that you'll be able to hit things. So the only reason why I have this is if you want an area that you don't want people to hit in, like say a gun store, you can have a trigger volume like this. Have a trigger volume, and then when a player enters it, it turns it to false, and then when a player exits it, it turns it back to true, so people can hit if they're not in that area. Now for this minimum, we're going to hook up the vector get magnitude, hook that up to here. This will be, let's do 1, so it's not as fast. This will be hooked up to the multiplier. This makes it so if, let me switch this in. So right now at 2, 5. So this will be how hard they get hit and how hard they get pushed back, basically. And then this makes it so it can't go above 1. So now that we have all of those hooked up, we can get this event receiver, hook this up to the delay. This delay will go to that, and then these two will be hooked up. Make sure that this is going to be your cooldown, kind of. So if you hit someone, then this will come, it will cancel it, so nothing is running anymore. And then after 0.3 seconds, then it will start running again. So this is the thing. So now with the velocity set, we're going to, this is kind of optional. So if you want uppercuts and people going like flying in the air, so you can like uppercut them, and then if you want to do a combo, you can keep on uppercutting them. Then you can get a vector create, and then have the y-axis to, like, I think I had it as 3, and then add that to the right hand velocity, and it just makes it so it's more, you'll go higher basically. So this will go here, and then if all of these are true, then set the velocity of the player that was hit, and then after that we can send a event. After the event is sent, then we can play audio at position. Oh wait, no, we're not doing that yet. We're gonna do target player is going to be the player that was hit. The attacker is going to be the local player. The defender is going to be the player that was hit. And then the damage, you can do basically anything. I'm gonna do 10. And then when this happens, we're going to cancel. When you cancel it, then we're gonna play the audio. The audio can be whatever you want. Yeah, I just have a sample audio right here. Then the position is going to be the right hand position. Then you can configure this to change the audio channel. I have it as sound because it's sound. And then the max roll off distance is 60, and it can be synced. And the volume is all right here. If you want it 3D, do that, or 2D, you can do that. So this is for the right hand. This should all work. Looks pretty good. Yep. Oh, that's good. Yeah. So this is for the right hand, and then for the left hand, it's super simple. All you want to do is get all of these, except for the not, the player dead, can hit, and the vector 3 create. Everything else you grab, and you can clone it downwards like this. There we go. And then have the add to be there, and then have these two to be there. And then all you have to do for this, let's turn this off real quick. Then all you have to do for this is unhook these, delete them. We'll go down here because I already have it set up. And then just replace the left hand velocity with the left hand velocity, and the right hand position with the left hand position. Connect them the exact same way. I think that was it. Yeah, super simple, because both of them are the exact same thing, just different hands. So now you have a punching system that moves the player and plays a sound, has a cooldown for it, and yeah. Now we're going to start with the killing system, like where it actually hurts the player, and that basically the player can die. So let's go ahead and start that. Alright, so for the killing system, or technically the hurting system, you're not going to be able to die yet. This is just for the to get hurt. And the regen system, since they kind of go hand in hand. What you need is one event receiver, 3 ifs, greater than or equal, 2 delays, 1 add, a minimum, a max, subtract. Need 2 player healths, then a player dead, which is the same one from right here, so just clone that. And then a event receiver, and then the event receiver is going to be with the event definition that we made earlier. So let's go ahead and let me show you how to do that. So you just grab a event receiver, configure it, and look for player hit right there, and then it should be the exact same thing, because we already made the event definition earlier. So that's all you need for the hurting and the regen system. Go ahead and pause if you need to. Alright, so now we have everything organized. Go ahead and pause if you want to, so you can get this all set up. For the 2 delays, our first delay is going to be 10 seconds, and then our second delay is going to be 0.05 seconds. So for this, we need to check if the player is dead for both of these. We're going to do the hurting system first. So if the player is not dead, then we can start subtracting our health. So in order for us not to go below negative, or not to go below 0, we're going to use this max chip. So this will be hooked up to there, this will be hooked up to over here, and this will be hooked up to there, and then this value is going to be the damage that is happened, and then the max is going to be 0. So this makes it so it's impossible for this int variable to go below 0. Then that's it for the hitting system. Now for the regen system, we're going to check if the is greater than or equal to 100, or whatever your max health is. And then we're going to check if the player is dead. If they are not, then we can check if your health is greater than your maximum health. If it isn't, then we can start this delay. After this delay happens, we can start this, and then this will go to after the delay, cancel, this will go to here. Now, when you get hit, you need to stop regenning. So the player health on this side where you're taking damage will be to cancel, and that will stop it when you are getting hit. So now this, the minimum will go to here, this will go to here, and add will go to here, and then this will be your max amount of health, which is 100 for me. This will make it so you won't be able to go above 100, and then we can add 1 since this is regenerating pretty fast. So what this delay does is it gives you, after 10 seconds and you have not been hit, then it can start regenerating you. This makes it so 1 HP every half a second, basically. So this is everything hooked up. Take a screenshot if you will, if you want to. Alright, so this is the home stretch of this entire system, where we are now going to do when the player joins, so it gives them their health and displays the UI, and the killing system where you actually die. So this is everything you are gonna need. It's more than most of the stuff we've done. So we need 2 event receivers. One of them is player when joined, and then this one is going to be player health changed. The player health is the one we've been using to subtract stuff, like this one, and all of this. So we're gonna be using that. So make sure that they are the same. We need a if local player should run. Then we need, this is all for the UI. So set player UI, or set player world UI primary bar value. The set player world UI primary bar color, the HUD element color, the display, set HUD element, then the set HUD element value, and these are the game HUD element player world UI. It's a lot. These are the player health. We need 3 of them. We need a divide, a lerp, 2 colors. One is going to be granite, or yeah, whatever. And then the other one's going to be green, red and green, basically. And then int to float, and then a less or equal, a if 2 player dead, which is the exact same that we've been using right here. We use the same. Let's see what else. We need a player add row and then a player remove row. This is going to be right here. So name it so it's dead, or player dead, or not alive, basically, so you know what it's talking about. We need a delay, and then this is for the respawning. Respawn point, respawn player at respawn point. Then the respawn point is going to be over here, just for and then the player dead variable, or the player dead role chip. Oh, there's a lot. Go ahead and take a screenshot, do whatever you need to do. Alright, so this is how I organize it. We have the player event receiver all right here. I'm just gonna, I don't want to say everything again, so I'm just gonna pan through everything. All. So we got all of this. We got the colors, alert, player health, all right there. Some other stuff here, other stuff there. Player health, blah 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 blah. Player role right there, all that. Then we gotta get a wide angle so you can see it all at once. Take a screenshot if you need to. And then good. Okay, so we're gonna start with when the player joins. So when the player joins the room, you need to connect these two together. Then should go to the player health, and make sure you set that as the max amount of health that you can get. And then the player health will go to the set HUD element. This will go there. Make sure that this is turned to true. And then this will go to, not that one, this other one, there. And this will go to there. That's it for when you join. If you want it so you join in like a certain area, then you can have one of these and have another one of these and just hook them two up together like that. We're gonna get to that later, but we're gonna take the event receiver of the player health changed. Then we are going to connect that. It's all in. No, we're just gonna do that until we get to here. So this, we need to get the health of the player. Just gonna do that. Now for this, we are going to check if the health is less than or equal to 0. Isn't, or no, if it is, then do that. We'll get to that in a second. So we need to turn this to a float or to a float. This will go to divide. Now this divide is going to be your max health, which for me is 100. So now it's at 1. This will be progress. Now the start color is going to be the red color, or when you're close to death. And then the bottom color is going to be the green color, or when you're fully alive. This will go to the color spots in there. Also, the game HUD element color will go to this, and HUD element go to there. Pretty sure there was oh no, because they're already, yeah, those are already connected to those. Okay, so now we can get to here. So when the player dies, or it's every time your health changes, it's gonna do all of this, and it's gonna check if your health is less than 0. If it is, then turn this to true, which is basically how to make it so you won't be able to hit anyone. Then you can have it so it adds this role, which I have it so if you have this role, you won't be able to move. The hip enabled, we're going to disable all of them. The restrictions, we're going to restrict all. Pickup restrictions, restrict all. Shoulder restrictions, restrict all. And apply tags, hide, no. Locomotion, walk speed, no, because that all stops when you, okay. That's my settings for when you die. Then we can have player add role to this. So now you're dead, so you won't be able to move. This makes it so how long until you respawn. So I have it 2 seconds. You can have it so it's 100 seconds. So they're just sitting there for 100 seconds. And then after, so have the after delay, go to cancel. That cancels. You can put this to the respawn, then respawn point to there. And then after they get respawned, you can remove that, so now they can move again, and then player is dead to false, so they can do this again and have pickup restrictions and all that, and then set their health to 100. That's all that. Go ahead, take a screenshot if you want. And I believe we are done. It looks like it, yeah. So yeah, we can start testing. Alright, so this is how I organize my punching system and all that. I could actually have it so it's a little bit closer to each other. So we can select all of those. Then we can place it like right here. Cool. So this is everything that we have. We have the when the player joins. We have when the player gets hit, or when the player is, or when your health changes. My fault. Your health changes, it will start changing the color on that. Also, we have the actual fighting, which I forgot to mention. This should actually work for screen users also. You might have to increase the radius for them though. So yeah, if you're a screen user, you can just increase the radius. Then we have the player hit, so it can subtract your health, and it can't go below. Oh wait, hold on, I need to actually subtract it to there. Okay, my fault. Then we have all of that. All of that. That looks good. So yeah, let's invite my test LOL, which I forgot I closed out the app. So as you can see, they spawned in with their health. Ooh, also, we can have it so, I think it says, yeah, player word UI. Configure it and have it so, scroll all the way down so it's synced, and enable when the player joins, so that in case this doesn't work for some reason, it will just automatically happen. So we have him. We have to make sure that we can hit, because sometimes you can't. Let me go ahead and grab it so he can also hit. Hit my all chip. Okay, there we go. So now we can start punching. So boom, then slap. Try to do an uppercut. Go, and now I'm gonna switch over to my phone and then see if this hits me, which it should. Oh. There we go. Like I said, it's a little, might have to increase the radius for it. But other than that, looks pretty good. Again, you should probably change the audio for something that isn't a shotgun sound, but that's the only audio that I have, so we're sticking with it. So that's pretty much it. Hope you have a good day. Yeah, see you later.